do more infant toys, how about a mirror? Be stimulating visually for the child. It's metal, so it would be safe for the child. So that, to my mind, would be a Montessori-friendly toy. Now, how about these? Well, this has one thing going for it, which is that the sound is a little bit soft. For younger children, you do want to have sounds that are a little softer. Loud rattles are a little bit hard on their ears, especially if they're holding it and shaking it, because they're probably going to be holding it and shaking it near their ears. But there is something about both of these objects that some parents would have a problem with, which is that they're made of plastic. Now here is one of those places where you do have some things that are not made of plastic that would be safe for an infant to manipulate. You'd have to be a little bit careful because it's a little bit easier to have objects like this that might have pieces that could come off and would be unsafe. Some things, such as a teether that could be put in the freezer if you want to have something cold for the infant to put on their gums. I don't know anything but plastic that would work. So one of the things that you're probably getting is there's not a list. There's not a list of toys that are Montessori friendly for infants or for any other stage. You're going to have to evaluate different qualities of the toys and whether or not they are a fit for what you're looking for to provide for your child. A safe, developmentally appropriate, and definitely not harmful experience is certainly going to be a part of that. One of the things that we talked about in the previous segment is that if a toy is going to be considered Montessori friendly, it needs to do no harm. And before we look at a few other objects and kind of talk about the principles that would be involved with choosing toys that are in alignment with Montessori principles, I do want to take just a moment to talk about electronic toys, specifically iPads, tablets, things like that. I do believe that they fall in the category of an unknown. And the reason that I say that is that with the American Academy of Pediatrics recommendations for screen time being very limited for children, for all children, meaning any child, any person under age 18, I think that we have to consider when our children are working with a screen that we don't completely know what's going on in their brains. We are just now seeing what's happening with people who grew up with television developmentally. So I am going to suggest that this is a place that I think you should be very conservative and very cautious. And below age 2, I think that screens are not appropriate at all. And I think anything above that, if a screen is involved, that you need to be very, very careful and very, very limited. And I don't think it is being radical to have no screen time at all for children under age 6. I think that it's actually a cautious approach. Inform yourself and make some good decisions about that one. Now,